I'm exhausted with all the deceptive practices in the stem cell industry, and this is one of the worst I've seen. What I uncovered in this network has really shocked me. It's a global stem cell network. The Cellular Hope Institute is using Cellular Performance Institute's name in their ads, fooling patients into believing they're actually going to the Cellular Performance Institute. CPI Stem Cells in Tijuana is not in any way associated with the International Society for Stem Cell Application. It's not in any way associated with the Global Stem Cell Group. It's not in any way associated with Cellgenic or the Cellular Hope Institute in Cancun. If someone from the Global Stem Cell Network would like to acknowledge what they did was wrong and apologize, I'm all for it. But if they're going to continue to what I see as scam patients into thinking they're going somewhere else, we got to let the world know. We found out about this because we were told by a patient that they had referred somebody to us, but they went to our location in Cancun. The Cellular Hope Institute is using Cellular Performance Institute's name in their ads, fooling patients into believing they're actually going to the Cellular Performance Institute. There's only one CPI Stem Cells in Tijuana. There's only one TAM center in Mexico. My name's Ed Clay, and I am one of the founders of the Cellular Performance Institute, also the TAM Center, TAM Global. We have labs in Boston, Nashville. Our hospital, people call CPI a clinic. It's actually at the TAM Center Hospital in Tijuana, Mexico. Our group is some of the top scientists in their specific fields, and we take science and our work very seriously. And our chief scientific officer is Francisco Marincola. He was the former chief of infectious disease and immunogenetics for the National Institute of Health. Our chief innovation officer is Ali Assadi. He was chief of innovation for Illumina. Illumina is the largest next generation sequencing company. We are a team of 16 PhD scientists, 42 medical doctors, nearly 300 employees, labs in Boston, Nashville, hospital and labs in TJ, imaging center in TJ. That is who we are. Stem cells have a big buzz right now. And as regulations have loosened, we've seen a gold rush of people trying to get into the industry. That's why I'm here, because what has been going on with Cellular Performance Institute has been what I think is fraud, but at the very least, highly misleading. And what I uncovered in this network has really shocked me, because it's not just a clinic in Cancun that is using our name. It's a global stem cell network, a group that does seminars, has their own product company doing stem cell products, has their own lab company. They are portraying themselves as being these stand-up leaders, but I'm not sure that that is actually what they really are. I hope in the end I'm proven wrong and they make this right. So when you type in CPI stem cells on Google, as you can see, CPI stem cells, Cellular Institute, Cancun. But when you click on that, it takes you to Cellular Hope Institute in Cancun, which is really misleading. Now, if you type in Cellular Performance Institute, you can see an ad, CPI, Cellular Performance Institute. And you think that's CPI stem cells. But when you click on it, it takes you to Cellular Hope Institute. And we started doing a little research to find who is Cellular Hope Institute? What are they claiming? So if you click the three dots next to the ad, you can see highlighted the advertiser, paid for by Global Stem Cells Group. Then I type in Global Stem Cells Group. And when I click Global Stem Cells Group, leadership in stem cell research, clinical applications, and physician training. I scrolled down because I wanted to see where they were from. So after I looked at the address, I was like, what companies does the Global Stem Cell Group own? And you see on top, Cellular Hope Institute, the same company running ads to fool people into thinking they're going to Cellular Performance Institute, the ISSCA, Stem Cell Center, all of these, call them competing companies that seemingly wouldn't need to use our name and fool patients looking to go to the Cellular Performance Institute. I scrolled down the page and it looks like they have a number of different things. It says education network, therapies, and Cellgenic. So I click on education and it turns out that the Global Stem Cells Group also runs the ISSCA, which stands for the International Society for Stem Cell Application. And they do training worldwide. They have events in Cancun, Mexico, Bogota, Colombia, Lima, Peru. So it looks like the Global Stem Cells Group runs the International Society for Stem Cell Application. It looks like they train doctors on using stem cells worldwide. But why would they be using Cellular Performance Institute as the name? So then I went back to the Global Stem Cell Group page. I clicked on their network. Their network says, join the world's leading regenerative medicine network. And the first thing I saw was they're practicing in 25 countries worldwide. Why would a company use Cellular Performance Institute's name if they're marketing in 25 countries worldwide? Then I click on the video. As I'm watching it, this name comes up, Benito Noves. I look up who Benito Noves is, and his LinkedIn says, Benito Noves, global CEO and regenerative medicine pioneer, built international network of 6,000 plus trained physicians, ISSCA founder, 15 plus years healthcare business leadership. Something really stuck out to me. It says, using specialized marketing techniques, focus on stem cells, should be to focus on stem cells and their impact in aesthetic surgery. I have created a visionary approach to healthcare management and regenerative medicine. Now, I wonder if his specialized marketing techniques include using the biggest name in stem cells to fool people into thinking they're going to Cellular Performance Institute. Why would somebody in charge of this association, somebody seemingly in charge of the Global Stem Cell Network, use somebody else's name? Then I went back to therapies. Who does the therapies for the Global Stem Cell Group? Who does it? Back to the clinic that was claiming to be Cellular Performance Institute. Stem Cells Therapy Clinic in Cancun, Mexico. Not CPI Stem Cells, not Cellular Performance Institute, Cellular Hope Institute. But remember, their ad said Cellular Performance Institute, making people think they were Cellular Performance Institute. Then I went back and clicked on Cellgenic. Cellgenic is stem cell products, peptides. Looking at their website, they sell most likely to all the clinics in their association. Smart business model. Business model is you run this stem cell organization, you give training to different doctors, different healthcare professionals, and then you sell them your product. I'm not knocking that at all. We don't sell our product outside of CPI, but cool. But why would a company use another company's name and fool patients into thinking that they are actually going to Cellular Performance Institute? They're piggybacking on the success of CPI stem cells. They're fooling patients into thinking they're going to CPI stem cells. They're training doctors worldwide. It'd be interesting to see in these specific countries that maybe they're running the marketing for them. That might be a service that they offer if they're using our name in other countries as well. I don't know. Something that we're definitely looking into. So in closing, I just want everybody to know that Cellular Performance Institute, CPI Stem Cells in Tijuana, is not in any way associated with the International Society for Stem Cell Application. It's not in any way associated with the Global Stem Cell Group. It's not in any way associated with Cellgenic or the Cellular Hope Institute in Cancun. If you've been fooled by this, I sincerely apologize. But we had nothing to do with it. We're not a part of the group. We are a team of 16 PhD scientists, 42 medical doctors, nearly 300 employees, labs in Boston, Nashville, hospital and labs in TJ, imaging center in TJ. That is who we are. And we apologize if anybody has been misled. Yes, if someone from the Global Stem Cell Network would like to acknowledge what they did was wrong and apologize, I'm all for it. But if they're going to continue to what I see as scam patients into thinking they're going somewhere else, we got to let the world know.